and today we will be making a portfolio website, and this is the day 3 of our ultimate web development challenge. So let's see the website that we are going to make today. So the website we are going to make today looks like this, and here you can see it's black, and if I scroll then it becomes white. Then our services, our latest work, testimonial, contact us with this nice icons, address and all. And if I click here also with smooth scroll, I have added CSS of smooth scroll also. Then fully responsive, and again you can see this is black, and if I scroll it become white, and with this nice menu. So I hope you like this website design. So let's make. So first what we will do is start with the header. I will make a header. Inside the header I want an anchor tag with a class of logo, and let me do it like yes, now it's fine. The it will redirect to, let's say, this page will be Taylor HTML, and inside this anchor tag I will say portfolio. After this anchor tag I will get it with the class of toggle, and I will add on click which will say toggle menu. After this I will use the class of menu. Inside this I want 6 LIs inside all of these. I want a anchor tag, yes. The first href will be redirected to home. The second one will be redirected to about. The section will class of ID of box, sorry. Then services. After that work. After that we will say testimonial, and the last one will redirect to contact and hashtag contact. And after this what we will do is come out of the header, make a section with the class of banner. Inside this banner I will also give it a ID of home. Inside this I will make a div with a class of text box, div with a class of text box. Then I will add a h2 will say hello I am, and after this I will add a br, and then I will also add a span tag, and inside span tag I will say slogan. Then after this I will add a h3 tag, and this will say I am a front end web developer. After this make a with a class of bt, and href will be the section with the ID of about, and it will say about me. After this let's do some styling, because it was it for the home page. First I think we should do the JS part. So to add some classes that we will add later on, so I will say window.add event listener, and if we scroll then make a function, and the function will be make a var header is equal to document dot query selector header. After this I will say header dot class list dot toggle, and I will say shaky, and then I will say window dot scroll y is greater than 0. Then let me close this. So basically what I did is first grab the header element from the HTML file, then I set it in the class list at the class of sticky. So why I'm adding a sticky, then you, when I showed you the website then you saw that first it was black, and when I scrolled it became white. So for that I have to do. Now for making responsive I will also say function toggle menu. I will say var menu toggle is equal to document dot query selector, and it is a class with dot toggle. After this I will also grab the menu which I will make. So I have already made, sorry, and I will say is equal to document dot query selector dot menu. After this I will say menu toggle dot class list dot toggle, and inside this I will say active, and after this I will already make a duplicate of it, and this one I will change to menu dot class list dot toggle, and this will also be say active. And this was it for the JS part. Then come to the CSS file. I will say section padding 100 pixel. So in the CSS padding of 100 pixel. Then I will say dot banner position of relative. I will add a min height of 100 view height. I will say background URL. Inside image is the banner or JPG. And now let me show you the live server. Let me close this. And if I click here go live, you can see it has been looking like this. Now after this I will say background size of cover, then background position right, so you can see there is a photo of the person. Then after this I will also change the display to flex, justify content space between, and align item center, and it's looking like this. After this I will say inside dot banner there is a h2, change its font size to 3 rem, change the color to white with this hashtag #F. Then I will also change the font weight to 500, or I should change to 1.5 mm, it will be better. Wait, and let's say 500. This is now 5. Now after this I will say dot banner h2, and inside this there is a span, change its font size to 1.5 rem, and here let me read this. After this I will also change the font weight to 700, so you will see. Now after changing the font weight and all, I will say dot banner h3 font size 3M, and here also let me change it to M. Yes, now it's looking better. And then I will change the color to white #F. After that I will change font weight 500. So now after this I will target the button, I will say position relative. I will say the background, and this is a color code which I got. It is hashtag 2196F3. Nice color. Then I will also say display of inline block, and I will change the color to white. So color white. After this, I will add a margin, some margin from the top, and 70 pixels will be fine. Then I will add padding. Then I will add padding of 10 pixels and 30 pixels. I will change the font size to 18 pixel. Text transform uppercase. Text decoration none. I will also add some letter spacing actually, 2 pixels, and finally I will also say font weight of 500, and you can see this button. Very nice. Oh, actually our home page is completed only. We have to make the navs. So I will target the header. I will say position is fixed. The position is fixed. Then top 0 left, top 0 left 0. Then I will add a width of 100%. Then z index of 1000. Let me also add some padding of 40 pixel and 100 pixels. Padding z index, and let me also do the display to flex. Justify content space between, and I will add transition for that white and black color change. So now you can see something like this. Now I will say when the header has a class of sticky, then change the background to white, and I will also say that add padding of 40 pixel and 100 pixel, and finally I will say box shadow 0, 5 pixel, 20 pixel, and then RGBA, and I will say 0, 0, 0 and 0.1. So when it has, so I have not added that overflow till now. So now I will say header and dot logo. Simply change the color to white. I will change the font size of 24 pixels. Text transform uppercase. Text decoration none. And finally I will also add some font weight of 700, and you can see it looks like this. After this, when I will say that when header has a class of sticky, then when in the logo change its color to 1, because white color on white is not nice. So now after this, I will say inside header all the UL change their position to relative and change their display to flex. So you can see it's looking like this. Now I will say header inside, then UL and then LI. Again the position to relative, and this time I will also say list style of none. Then after this I will say inside header UL, LI and all the anchor tags change their position to relative, change their display to inline block, then add margin of 0 and 15 pixels. I will also say to change their color to white and text decoration to none, and the nav is also ready. Now let me copy this one. So when header has a class of sticky, then inside that there are UL, and then inside LI, and then anchor tag. Simply change the color to 1, hashtag to 1. After that, what I will do is also say dot heading, and inside this dot heading I will say width 100%. It's the reusable style that I will use again and again. Text align center, I will add marrow B, this is margin bottom of 30 pixels, and I will change the color to white. Now let's redirect to our HTML file, and you can see our home page is completed and it's looking very nice. And I will add media queries for that, so don't worry. And you can see right now it is rectus, and if I scroll a little bit, that faces it becomes white. So this is one that we are making in JavaScript and CSS. Now after this, let me make a comment of about. I will make a section with the ID of about and class of about, and first I will make a div with a class of heading, and it will have a h2 which will say about me, reload, and you can see it's looking like this, and you can see it comes with a transition. So now after this I will target the div class content, make a div class content, and inside this I will make a div with the class of content box, and I will give another class of w50, and inside this h3, and again I will say this I am a front end web developer. Now after this I will add a p, and inside this I will add the lorem 100, so dummy text. After this I will come out of the div of this content box and w50, and I will make another div with a class of content, one more content box, and I will give another class of w50. So, and inside this I will add image source will be inside images. There is one image 1, and I will alt will type img, and instead of all I will change it to class. So you can see it's looking like this. After making this, our section is complete. So let's go to the style.css and do some styling. So here I will say dot heading, and inside this all the h2s change their font weight to 600, add text align of center, add margin. Let me simply only add font size and font weight, it will be more better. And font size I want of 30 pixels, and font weight, yes, 30 pixels, 600 is fine. Now I will say dot content, change its display to flex, and justify content space between, and you can see it's looking like this. After targeting this I will say dot content box, and I will add some padding from the right side and 30 pixels. So now padding from the right side here. After this I will say dot content box and the h3, which says I am a front end web developer, and in this h3 I will add some font size. I will increase the font size to 24 pixels. Here you can see it, and I will also add some margin bottom, so you can see it's just below this, so there is no separation of 10 pixels will be fine, and you can see it has some space there. After this I will target the class .w50, and in this I will add min width of 50%, so minimum of the width 50%. It will not go beyond that. And I will target all the images, and I will say that change their max width to 100%. The maximum they can go with of 100%. And now we will be targeting the services. So first let's go to the HTML file, and inside the HTML file, after this section I will make a comment which will say services, and it's a good habit for making comments. Then I will make a section with the class of services and ID of services, and after this I will make a div with a class of heading and another class of white. Inside this I will add h2 which will say our services, then p which will add some, I have some limited I think lorem 10 will be fine. Yes. After this, go out of this div and make a div with a class of content. So now you can see it's looking like this. Now I have added a class of white, because in CSS we will make a white class. What we will do is change its color to white, and then like it's black, white, and again this section will be of black. So that's why we are doing this like a pattern. Now I will say dot service box. Inside this there will be an image, and it will be images, then icon 1. I don't want any alt. After this I will say h2 and I will say web design, and I will add a p tag and it will have lorem 20, or let me change to lorem 30. And then after doing this is I will select this service box and I will make some duplicates of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they will be fine. So image 2. So first we started with web design, then the second is image 2 with web development. The third one is icon 3, sorry, I said image, and the third one will be Android development, and it will change to image 4, icon 4. After Android development there will be photography, then it's icon 5, and the icon 5 will say content writing. Finally we will add icon 6, and which will say video editing. And after this video editing one, let me delete this one, I don't want this. And this was it for this section. Let's go to the style.css and style this section. So I will first start with dot services. So I will say dot services background #111. So you can see we are not able to see the heading, which is right here, somewhere here. After this I will say dot heading white and color white. So you can see we are now able to see this. Now I will say dot services, and inside this dot content, change its display to flex, justify content, center. I will also add a flex wrap of wrap and change the flex direction to row. After this I will say dot services dot content box dot services box. The services box is this one, each of them. So it's service box, or let me add it here only. services box. In this services box, I will add a padding of 40 pixels, 20 pixels, and then I will say background of hashtag triple two. I will change their color to white so they are visible many properly, and I will also add max width so they will not go beyond that. So max width of 340 pixels. Then I will add margin of 20 pixels from all sides, and I will say text align center, and finally I will add transition for the hover effect 0.5 seconds. So after doing this, let me check that is the content box. So here I did not mix any content box actually. It's not services box only. Dot content box is not there, and here where I said contact box, let me change it to services box. Only limits contact. Oh yes, it's fine. So it's like this. Then what I will do is add dot services dot contact dot services box over, and I will change the background to this color code which I have added. So it's looking like this, and only this one is being targeted. So now let me check the problem here. So the problem is that this div is ending here, heading white, and this is a div class content, and all of these are inside the services box. And let me change it to Android. So we will be doing it. So now I will say dot services dot content dot services box, and inside that the h2. I will say that change its font size to 20 pixel and change the font weight to 600. After this, I will style the work one. So before that, let us fix this problem. It's not working. So inside this HTML file, we needed a class and ID of